Hello there, world. In this video tutorial series, I'm going to teach you how to create your own PC video game from scratch. We're going to use the 3DGamestudio A8 engine to do this, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you where to get 3DGamestudio, and then we'll discuss the different versions that you could eventually get, or get now if you really wanted to. So, go to 3dgamestudio.com and click on the downloads link. Then look for the GameStudio A8 free version, trial version, and download that. That should take a few minutes to download. So you'll notice, like I said, that you're downloading either the free version or the trial version. Now you can use the trial version, which is basically the commercial version here. However, it has a time limit of 5 minutes, or it's rough, about 5 minutes or so. And after that, you'll get a message that says, please purchase, and the engine will close. So I mean, really, if you wanted to, you could create a whole game, that only allows a person to play for 5 minutes. And if you were a super genius and you could, learn the whole online aspect, in that amount of time, technically, I guess, in theory, you could do that. Now, the GameStudio free version is basically, it's like for creating classical games. You can create any awesome 2D or 3D game with the free version. The limitations are noted here. For example, with the free version, you can't use shaders, you can't use decals, you can't compile it to exe, which means, and as we will get to in a second, actually I'll just move right to it, the extra edition pre-compiles your script, which means that your games will start faster, and also people can't see or modify your code. So, coming next to the commercial version, which, like I said, is the trial version, but with the time limit, or vice versa, because the commercial version, the trial version is the commercial version. Anyway, the commercial version allows you to create like any network games. It supports high-end graphical effects, such as the post-processing shaders, the decals, beams, so for like particles, and the Pro version is for the larger scale games and for like the online big MMOG projects, like millions of players, for example. It contains like special technologies for that ultra fast rendering and special features for commercial distribution. So if you want to check out this in full, go for it. I would actually advise it, so you can see what you would be getting if you're interested in continuing with this program. I am using the A8 Pro version at the moment, so for this tutorial I will be only using the free, anything that is not usable in the free edition I will avoid using, so regardless of the fact that I'm using the Pro version. But I felt that I would put it out there in case any of you are interested in asking me about the Pro version. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you in the comments below. So once that has finished downloading for you, you'll have to install it. Now, while you're installing it, you'll eventually be prompted to select from the trial mode, the free mode, or the full version, which means you've went and purchased one of these versions here. So for the sake of this tutorial series, I'm going to advise you to install the free version, so that when you're creating your game, it doesn't shut down every 5 minutes or so, unless you want to purchase an actual edition, like I said earlier. So anyway, there we go. So now, at this point, I will also advise that you select to create the icons to your desktop here. So that this way, when we're discussing them and using them, you can find them easily. Alright, so we have now downloaded 3DGamestudio, and we're familiar with our more or less that we have limitations, and we will follow those guidelines accordingly. So in the next few tutorials, in this tutorial series, I'm going to be starting to teach you how to create a first-person shooter, and before I get into that, I'm going to be showing you basically the basic components and how we're going to be using these three softwares here to do that.